Let's turn our attention over to White Castle, where the town faces losing its police department due to budget issues.
Boy, a lot of finger pointing from elected officials down there over who's exactly responsible for the overspending of your money. Our Chris Rosado joins us live now from the town of White Castle, where all this is going down. Chris, good evening. A lot of folks going like this.
Yeah, Liz, Greg, good evening. With 4 months left until the police department's budget gets renewed and 80% of the current budget already spent, the town of White Castle is literally scrambling as we speak to try and find a way to keep the department above water. White Castle Police Chief Harold Brooks says his department is out of money. He claims it's because the prior police chief overspent in the months just before he left office at the first of the year. Brooks says that left him, quote, set up for failure. But White Castle Mayor says he's not buying that and says the spending under the new police chief is the real problem.
If you look at the highlight,
the budget gets renewed on October 1st of each year. The mayor says records show the new police chief spent half of the entire year's budget in just his first 4 months in office.
If we're trying to run a surplus to make sure what it is right, we need everyone on board to make that happen. And if you have one running around like a vigilante with tax dollars, then you run into problems like this constantly.
Take a look at the numbers provided by the mayor's accounting office. Between October and January, the former chief spent about $15,000 on salaries. But in the first 4 months of this year under Chief Brooks, salaries, including overtime pay, jumped to nearly $46,000. The old chief spent about $3,000 on vehicle maintenance, compared to 9 times that much under Chief Brooks.
They have to be better stewards of the money for the taxpayers and can't hold anyone else accountable but yourself.
So with the budget almost gone, the chief is now asking the mayor and the council for additional money to hold them over until next year's budget comes through in October.
So now we're looking in the forecast that to keep this police department operational, that we're looking at about putting another $250K, which would basically put them as $1 million for a small police department that is unheard of.
We asked the chief for an interview, but he declined. Mayor Brooks says regardless of what happens, the people of White Castle will still have police protection one way or another. So between now and October, when the next budget kicks in, White Castle's police department could look a lot different. We're talking about either cuts to staff or possibly bringing in the sheriff's department to help rotate some of those day and night shifts. But like I said, they're working right now to try and find that solution. In White Castle, Chris Rosado, WAFB 9 News. Back to you guys.
All right, Chris, thank you for that one. Appreciate it. Well, it's been over a year now.